Hey, it's Couch Potato making a video here. We hear a lot of talk, and I talk a lot about older consoles, older video games, older gaming experiences, memories from gaming past. But I wanted to talk about the recent past, and here are some games that I enjoyed in the recent years. I'm talking Xbox One, PS4, that era. Probably not PS5, not Xbox Series, but PS4, Xbox One. I wanted to bring up some games that I think get a little pushed to the side or are a little underrated, and games that I really enjoyed and that I think other people would enjoy. So I would like to present to you these games. I think there's about 8 of them that I picked out that I really enjoyed, and they're from recent times, so they shouldn't be hard to get a hold of and they shouldn't be that expensive. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, I did start a new YouTube channel for my walkthroughs and playthroughs of games. So if you enjoy that type of thing and you want to see me play through different survival horror games, my new channel is Surviving Horror Zero, and I'll put it in the description below that I have that new channel, so you can subscribe to that and you can watch me play through survival horror games, and I'll have like dark undertone adventure games in there too. If you like that kind of thing, hit me up on that. And also in the description, I stream on Twitch, so if you want to see it streamed live and you want to be able to chat with me and do all that good stuff, so Surviving Horror Zero on Twitch as well, and I'll put the link in the description as well. So I highly recommend joining in on the streams. I'm going to try to stream on Saturday nights and sometimes Sunday nights, depending on what I've got going on. But definitely Saturday nights, I want to be able to stream for at least an hour or so. So hopefully you can tune in. All right, so before I lose you, let's get to the video of the hidden gems, quote unquote, on the newer consoles. And some of them are popular, some of them are not that popular. It's not really based on like popularity or anything. It's just games that I enjoyed that I think don't get talked about a lot, and games that I think people would enjoy if they haven't played them yet and haven't heard of them yet. So we'll get to it. Here they are. All right, so here we go. The first game here is for PS4. It is on Xbox One, I believe, as well. But it's Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. And it's like a Diablo game. I mean, basically Diablo clone, but you're Vikings. And I really enjoyed playing this game. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love the Viking like culture and lore and stuff like that. So it was really fun to play. I like the mechanic that they had, especially in the beginning, that like it was a frozen tundra, and if you stayed away from the flames too long, you would get damaged because you get frostbite or whatever. That was pretty cool, and you had to go from like burning fire to burning fire so that you wouldn't get frostbite, and I thought that was pretty cool addition to the game. But I enjoyed it. The enemies are pretty cool. The bosses were pretty well done. And it's just a really good game. So if you like Diablo, I really think you'll enjoy this game. Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. Fun game. And it's also co-op. Or no, it's one player. But you can play with someone online, I believe. Yeah, I think it says 2-player online co-op. So yeah, you have to have online co-op. And ignore the price stickers on these. I did not pay that much for that game. All right, next we have a survival horror type of game, if you want to label it that. But if you're into campy horror movies and you ever wonder what it's like to be in a campy horror movie, Until Dawn is definitely the game for you. It basically puts you in a role in a horror movie, and you have to try to survive. Bunch of crazy stuff goes down. You have choices that you have to make. Your choices affect the outcome, and there's ways you can save people, or if you don't do good enough, or if you don't do well enough, then you won't save the person, they'll die. So really good game. And then this spawned the Dark Series anthology. I think that's what it's called. But a bunch of games spawned off of this one, where it's like choose your own adventure, horror type stories. Really good series overall, but I think this was the originator. And I highly recommend playing this if you like survival horror, if you like horror, if you like, campy horror movies. Basically, you're a bunch of like college kids who go to this cabin out in the wilderness, and just a bunch of bad stuff happens. So I'm not going to give anything away, but 100% worth a play. All right, next we have, it's kind of like survival horror. I would say it's survival horror, but it's adventure as well. Sinking City. And the Sinking City, it's kind of like Cthulhu, and like, how do I put it? It's a noir type game, I guess you would say. But it's a really fun game. I enjoyed playing it. You get to see like scenes that had happened previously, kind of like you could see the past kind of thing, but like in ghostly form, and you're trying to solve what's going on with this, place that you're stuck in. So really fun game if you like survival horror, if you like puzzles, if you like, exploring. Really good game, The Sinking City. All right, next we have another Diablo type game. It's Warhammer 40K Inquisitor, and this is Diablo but with guns. Basically, you're a space marine and you just run through and mow everything down. Creatures, monsters, all kinds of stuff. You get more powerful as you progress through, and it's just a very fun game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I actually played through and beat this game and had a lot of fun doing it. So if you're into like Diablo type games and Warhammer or anything like that, really good game. Warhammer with guns is how I describe it. All right, next one is kind of weird in a way, so I'll explain. So this is Deadlight, the director's cut. Now, I believe there's a couple versions over in Europe that can play English, but this never got a physical release in the United States, as far as I know. So you have to I got the Polish version. There might be another one that has English, but the Polish version plays English. And this game is really good. I don't want to say survival horror, but it's like a side-scrolling survival horror. But it's like a side-scrolling puzzle game. Basically, it's a zombie apocalypse, and it's side-scrolling, and you have to make your way through all these scenes, and there's like traps set up, and you can unleash a chain that drops a refrigerator on a zombie to kill it so you can get to the next area. Then there's other areas where you have to like jump at certain points, or you get like impaled with spikes. It's just it's not that long. That's the only downside. It's a pretty short game, but really fun. I played and beat this game as well. And like I said, I got the Polish version physical because it had the English option. So when I'm ready to play this again, I'll break it open. But I just think it's really cool. And I never hear anyone talk about this game. But Deadlight, or if you don't want the physical version, I'm sure you could probably get it on the Microsoft Store or whatever. All right, next game. It's a stealth game. And that's Styx, Shards of Darkness. And this is a game, I did not play through this entire game, but I played a lot of it, and I had a lot of fun. And the thing I like most about this game, to be honest with you, is that Styx, the character that you play, breaks the fourth wall. So, like, when you die, he'll turn around or turn towards the screen and be like, that hurts me, even though it doesn't hurt you. Or he'll say something else funny, like saying, like, get better at the game, you suck. So I thought that was really cool. And if you like stealth games, this definitely needs to be played because it's a very good stealth game. You have a lot of different things at your disposal. You can go about things different ways. And it's just a fun, like, stealth type of game. Stealth adventure. So Styx, Shards of Darkness, for sure. All right, next one, we have a tactical game. And that is Shadow Tactics. So this is basically like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, they had commandos. So basically you have different characters and they all have their own special ability. and you have to use every character to get through the maps because each one does a different thing. So like one character can't do everything. So you have like the ninja guy who's really stealthy. You have this guy who's like a tank, so he can pick up like multiple enemies or pick up big barrels. Then you have like this old guy who is a sniper, so he can snipe enemies across the map, clear a path for you. So it's definitely tactical, and I thought it was very well done. I like the way it is, and the maps are really interesting, and it's in kind of like feudal Japan. So I already love that type of scenario. So if you like, feudal Japan, the maps in this are gorgeous. The way you play through it is really cool. It is frustrating because, it's a tactical game, but it's so rewarding when you get through one of the maps because you're like, I did it. So I highly recommend Shadow Tactics. Oh, and this girl, she can like lure enemies with a whistle, I think, and then set up traps that'll like knock them out or kill them. So that was pretty cool. All right, and then last game on the list, and I'm sorry I picked so many Diablo-like games, but it's a genre I really enjoy, action RPG. Shadows Awakening, and I never hear anyone talking about this either, and I didn't even really know it was out until I was like just browsing through games at a GameStop a little while back, and I was like, what is this game? And I was like, it looks like Diablo type. So I was like, I'm going to give it a try because I'll try anything that looks kind of like Diablo. I tried it and I didn't play very long. I played probably 2 hours, but the 2 hours that I did play, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was well done, and I don't see why there's no reason to play this. I mean, it's probably not on the level as like Diablo 2 or Path of Exile or anything like that. But if you just want to get a cheap game for Xbox and you want to give it a try to have some new experience, try Shadows Awakening because you might enjoy it like I did. All right, so there are 8 hidden gems for newer consoles that you can get on the cheap and that I think you'll enjoy. I enjoyed them. And are they the best games ever? Some of them, maybe, some of them not. I'm not trying to say that they're all like fantastic, like 10 out of 10 games, but they're games that you can dump some hours into and have fun with and experience new things and try new games, experience new games. So I think, it's 8 examples of games from modern times that are still fun and still enjoyable and you can still get for cheap. And I know we talk a lot about older video games a lot because older video games are what is prominent to me personally because I like the memories and the experiences that I've already had. Being able to shed light on some of the newer systems, some of the newer games, I should say, are really, I feel like I needed to make a video of that because it's just as important in my opinion. Who knows, 10, 15 years from now, we'll be looking back at this as our like, older retro system. So, because physical media is going by the wayside. So there's not going to be much physical media after this, unfortunately, I don't think. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video about this. Don't forget to subscribe to my new playthrough channel, the Surviving Horror Zero. I'll have it in the description below. So subscribe to that and you can watch me play through games. Also, if you want to see me do it live on Twitch, you can go to Surviving Horror Zero on Twitch. I'll put a thing in the description as well. And I hope that you guys are enjoying your holiday weekend. And I hope that you enjoy whatever game you're playing and make those memories and have fun. All right, see ya.